Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley 1.5 here on Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. On this episode, we have Thursday the 11th and Friday the 12th, so there is no event currently happening, which is gonna give us, thankfully, time to get some things done. Unfortunately, on the 10th was the day when I asked Robin to start working on the third cube, so I think it's gonna take until the 12th for her to finish, which is fortunate enough for me because on the 13th we have the Egg Hunt Festival, so she would not be working on that project anymore. And since tomorrow there's gonna be the traveling merchant, fingers crossed, she's gonna have the rabbit's foot, because that is one of those last remaining things which I'm kind of missing. Now, on the last episode, we did pick up the quest for the cave patrol, where I need to slay either 50 grubs or 50... what was it? Hold on, give me a second. 50 bats, 50 dust sprites, or 50 skeletons. And in order for us to do this, or the incentive for us to finish this off, is to get our own Geode Crusher. And because I did put in the hoe to be upgraded on the last episode to Clint, we now cannot do any geode crushing ourselves, or let Clint do it for us. Plus, being able to crush our own geodes is gonna be financially beneficial for us because we can place the geode crushers by the museum, keep them there, and whenever we come across whatever minerals we want to donate to the museum, we are gonna be able to find out. The rest are gonna be able to be sold. So theoretically, the small shipping bin or a couple of geode crushers would be a great idea behind the museum where the minecart is situated, because nobody is gonna interact with those specifically. Or you can keep them at your own base or farm, but then you need to actually do the move towards the museum itself. So there is gonna be some traveling. Okay, so let's see what's on the TV. We had so far all the rainy days on birthdays, so we had minimum of 3 rainy days already this season alone for Kent, Lewis, and Vincent already. So interesting stuff there. Okay, so tomorrow's gonna be sunny too. Let's see what's the luck. Okay, we have another unlucky day, and living off the land. Item Spotlight, Crab Pod. Experienced anglers know how to craft crab pods. Despite the name, the pods can be used to catch a wide variety of aquatic critters in both fresh and salt water. Just place your crab pod in the water and load with bait. Come back to it the next day and check on it to see what you caught. You'll need to load it with bait again to catch more. Of course, there is a skill which allows you to not have to reload the crab pod with bait. However, what I came across was kind of an issue that whenever I tried to extract whatever was inside of the crab pod, actually the crab pod itself got then collected too. So I'm not sure if this has been addressed. I still prefer to have the other skills for fishing, but yeah, who knows? Those are your options. So let's go outside. Let's take a look at the snapshot of the farm to see what's happening. If we go into the upper right corner, we see that a lot of meat has been produced, so I should theoretically start giving this to Willy, because if we befriend Willy, we are gonna get 4 recipes, or up to 4 recipes. Depends on if you get the lobster bisque before from Queen of Sauce or from Willy. The thing is, I actually made a video where I compared the benefits of the dishes from the NPCs to the dishes from Queen of Sauce. You can find it on the channel. I'm going to try to leave that link to it, and you can watch that after this episode. So if we go lower, we see that we have 2, 4, 6 of our fish ponds ready to drop off something. Now, funniest thing is that this is the first spicy eel that one of the lava eels have dropped off. On the previous episode, we actually received 10 magma geodes from one of the fish ponds, so cool stuff there. If we go lower, we see that our ducks are now fully mature, or at least 4 of them will be, which is great because they are starting to leave the large coops. Robin has started work on the third coop, and there is some mayonnaise in the mayonnaise machines. Our fiber should be done in the lower right corner. We have some rice shoots growing because I planted them along the shore so I don't have to water them myself. And if we go from the coops to the left, we see that our crops are semi-done. So unfortunately, I missed out one of the tiles where rhubarb was planted. So yeah, there's that one rhubarb catching up to the previous episode where I had a harvest of lots of rhubarbs. Our strawberries have their second harvest. The cauliflower is done, but I want to try to keep it there a bit longer to see if I get the giant one. And if not, I'm just going to replace it with like kale or garlic or whatever else. And then there's also coffee. And the rest of the farm is basically our lovely 3 big barns with our goats and cows. It doesn't look like any of the preserve jars or cheese presses are ready to drop off anything. Then we have also the greenhouse. Then we have also the mushroom cave. And I'm guessing that the mail in the mailbox is in relation to the upcoming event. Okay, so fun stuff. Hello, friend. The mountain lake has been kind to me lately. I'd like to share my good fortune with you, Linus. We got fried calamari, and we can drop off fried calamari to our lovely Pierre because he's the only NPC who actually loves this dish. He does not love anything else besides this dish, which makes it kind of weird because I think it's Jody who gives you the recipe. So there's like no relation in between who likes what and what gift you should give to what person and so on and such. But yeah, there's just my own rambling. Again, the video where I compared the dishes, lots of fun. It took me quite a long time to put it together, so maybe go check it out eventually after a while. Okay, so we're gonna load in this lovely rhubarb to get some rhubarb juice, and we do have some additional meat here. So how about we drop off at least 2 of them to get sold. And I'm going to start processing everything around the farm. And because it's less of a lucky day, I'm going to actually try to make a run in the mines with hopes to come across lots of the enemy creepy crawlies. And because on the last episode we did have a rainy day, I'm going to have to go and check on all the coops and all the barns in order to replenish their food. So yeah, hopefully because it's less of a lucky day, we're going to be able to come across lots of enemies. And therefore I'm going to get closer to fulfilling the quest of slaying all those things and get my hands on that Geode Crusher, because that would be one beneficial thing to get my hands on. I already was able to obtain my own sewing machine, bone mill, the mini obelisks, which allow me to teleport myself. So the 1.5 patch had lots of fun content that was added to the game, and it has lots of beneficial uses. So I do highly advise you to try and do these specialized guests, which are in the guest board or quest board located underneath Lewis's home. So yeah, I'll just get to processing some of these important tasks, and I will talk to you in a couple of moments.
One eternity later.
Okay, so this should all be theoretically taken care of, so hopefully all the important stuff I have been able to get processed. I'm gonna have to store the roe and some of these other things for a while now still, because unfortunately I just don't have enough of the preserve jars. So if I keep it here, it should not be that much of an issue, because once eventually the preserve jars are done, I should be able to start making more of this stuff. I'm really hoping that my cows are gonna eventually start loving me a bit more along with my goats, so that I will be able to get the higher quality things from them, like milk. But the coolest thing is that actually I have found on the wiki page that there should be this thing at Jojo Mart which costs around like 50 grand, and it basically keeps petting the animals on your behalf, therefore increasing their love for you, and so you don't have to do it yourself. And by doing so, you should be ensured that you get eventually access to those higher quality things. like big milk or other things. So who knows? I would definitely love to go check it out. We do have some coffee here within the greenhouse. We can go pick it up. The fruit trees, or those are fine for the next 2 days. I'm not really forced or required to pick up whatever they do drop off or produce, so this should be fine. I unfortunately left the gate open, so my Moo got away from me there, but that should be a-okay. We're gonna get rid of you. We're gonna still keep the mussels. We are trying to reach like 300 of them. Not because of the movie, just because it should yield me the exact number of mango saplings, if I recall it correctly. I don't know, don't quote me on that. I did the math quite a long time ago, and yes, it felt like I was doing meth instead of math. So, like I said, don't quote me on that. Okay, so I'm gonna replenish the fiber seeds here. I'm gonna try to not eat my strawberries. Now, because on the next episode you would get the Egg Hunt Festival, my suggestion is to try and do some form of a plan where you would eventually end up having enough cash for the Egg Hunt Festival, because with the 1.5 patch, Pierre himself have become quite money hungry, and what he does now is that at most of the events he participates in or has his own stand there, so you are actually able to purchase stuff from him, and yeah, he offers some really cool things. So who knows, go check it out. Pierre is stationed at a lot of these events. I'm gonna use up plenty of this mixed seed, which I really hate getting anyway, for fiber production, because I want to make more of the bake machines, because eventually I want to have just more and more of those, what you call them, bake machines. Yeah, and they require, if I recall correctly, 50 pieces of fiber. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so now that we are done with this, I would really love to drop off these. I need to drop off the coffee too, and I really want to go into the mines and see if we can come across those enemies. I don't know why you are all the way up here, darling. I don't have any treats here for you, so go back home. Wow, this actually gave me 5 spicy eel dishes. That's awesome. Kind of making me wonder if I should go for even more of the lava eel fish ponds. There's still at least 3 more which I want to get built, so you never know, you never know. Okay, so I'm dying to actually see if trying to slay the other types of enemy which were pointed out in the wiki of the game, like bats and such, if they would count to actually fulfilling the quest. So I'm waiting for one of these bats to finally show up so we can start slaying something, because grubs only appear from like 11 from a level 11 down below, and this is just weird. There's not a single bat coming in, so I'll just screw this. Unfortunately, slimes are not amongst the enemy types which are our target, so the only thing which I can get a point here for is that bat, and it's keeps showing me 50 grubs. So it's probably possible that it chooses from the 4 classes of enemies of like who specifically you need to slay, and this is gonna be kind of problematic because grubs are not so frequently in here. I mean, I can get some bug meat here, but it's not the larva which I'm looking for, so this is gonna be most unfortunate if I will not come across the enemy that I'm looking for. So hopefully this is gonna change. We're gonna run to the end of this long mine shaft with the rail cart at there. I'm gonna probably not try to fight the slimes here because I don't think the reward is that beneficial for me. Not a single grub as of yet. That's just bad business for me. I'm gonna try to deploy a bomb in here, see if we can clear out some of this land. The coolest thing is that on the last episode, because I put in the quest for, or the request for the cube, I have used up 100 pieces of stone, so once again I'm low on stone as the building material, and I'm still able to supply my construction plans thanks to the stupid quantity of stone, or wood, sorry, which I was able to acquire at the end of the first year from Robin when I went to her shop and basically purchased like 3,000 pieces of wood. Now it's not so good for me to do because the prices of stone and wood are much higher. There are at least 2 earth crystals which we do require for creation of the what you call them, mayonnaise machines. So yeah, also you were able to notice that I only did put like the brown eggs, there is first grub, and the duck eggs into the mayonnaise machine. This was intentional because there is a special quest from Gus eventually where he wants like 24 eggs, and so I'm gonna need either duck eggs or chicken eggs, but I would rather drop off the regular white eggs or whichever color I left behind in order to fulfill that quest. This is unfortunate because I cannot seem to find any of these grubs. I was only so far able to slay one of them, which is not good considering how much time do I have, and considering also the fact that there might be the participation in the, what do you call it, Egg Hunt Festival. That is basically like a day which I can lose completely to the event and not be able to do anything. However, because I already do have access to stuff like strawberries, I'm not that motivated to try and beat my previous record or anything. Okay, at least we are coming across the grubs here, so that was really good level 17. We're gonna try to come back here and see if we can replicate the success. Because I don't know, once the grubs formulate a cocoon and turn into the cave fly, if it still counts into us slaying it in the category. So level 17, definitely a good level to revisit. Unfortunately, without the explosives, it might be a bit more annoying to try and pull this thing off. And also, I mean, theoretically, I can step outside, go see the merchant, go see the dwarf, and from him I will be just able to acquire explosives, so it's not that difficult for me because I'm not in the early game. So we can actually go ahead and talk to him. It's 9 p.m. So let's see if we can get some explosives in. And see if we can get again to the 17th level. Because if we come across even more grubs over there, that would be just awesome. There isn't any staircase. However, this is a gem node, so it's worthwhile for you to break apart this one, because you never know what you might get. Okay, do we see any grubs? I do see the bugs, so I don't mind actually slaying them. The big rocks you cannot break down with explosives, but they always drop off 10 pieces of stone, so if you are shy of those couple of constructional materials, go give them a nice knock, and it might be possible they will reward you. Okay, level 17, again with the grubs and bugs and all that good stuff. And there's more of them, so we're gonna be actually rearranging our inventory a bit. I am completely ignoring the green slime there because he cannot really harm me as much in comparison to other enemies like serpents in these skull caverns and such, so this is more like a tickle. But it's good to know that in the 17th level, the grubs keep respawning, and we were able to get even closer. 14 out of... Oh wow, there's lots of them here. Awesome. So how many are we? 19 out of 50. Okay, cool. It's 11:20. I'm gonna have to return eventually to the farm. I don't want to do what happened 2 episodes before, where I fell asleep outside of the farm, because I don't want Joja to keep charging me for overnight delivery to the doors or stuff like that. But it's so nice that they actually like put me in the bed and tuck me in. I really gotta send them a gift basket, or go see if I can actually really purchase the auto scratcher for my animals from them without actually somehow turning the community center into their own warehouse, which would totally upset me. So I can try to do this one more time, see if we can get to the 17th level. I was able to get quite far. I mean, I'm almost at 30, and getting my hands on the crusher of those geodes would be totally awesome, because then we don't have to arrange our schedule based on when Clint is available for us. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the farm. Probably am not gonna make that much money. I have been kind of saving up the goat cheese, the cow cheese, and the mayonnaise for right now. And so I don't think I'm gonna be able to earn as much cash. So we're gonna be selling... Let's go even with the rice shoot, the cave carrot. Ancient seed can be actually turned into seed itself. And I'm pleasantly surprised we came across this thing in the upper levels. So that is a pleasant surprise. We're gonna drop off you. We're gonna drop off you. And if I give you... Or how do I need to... Maybe I need to drop this off at the museum. Hold on. Ancient seed, right? We go to the wiki. It's a dry old seed from some ancient plant. By all appearances, it's long since dead. And donation reward, ancient seed or ancient seed recipe. But we have this. Hold on, we actually can go in here and turn it like this. Okay, so I'm a dum-dum. So my bad. Okay, so let's go see what's the reward for today's work. Yeah, it's not that great. I should sell some more things if I wanna do more projects around the farm. Tomorrow, definitely gonna have to go see the traveling merchant. Fingers crossed she has that rabbit's foot. Okay, so it's the 12th. This is the second Friday of the spring season. On the next episode, it's gonna be quite a fun one. We're gonna have both the Egg Hunt Festival and Haley's birthday, so hopefully, if I would be lucky enough, I should be able to try and slay the remaining pieces of grubs which we are looking for. So let's go see the TV. Okay, so since tomorrow or the next episode the Egg Hunt Festival is happening, this means that it's gonna be a nice day, and fortune for today also not a lucky day. Awesome. So we might get lucky again in the 17th level hopefully and come across the last remaining grubs. So now that that is out of the way, let's go outside and see what's happening at the farm. So as we take a look at the upper right corner, we see that only the mail is in our mailbox, probably inviting us or notifying us about the Egg Hunt Festival. If we go lower, we see that 2, 4, 5 of our fish ponds are ready to drop off row. I'm happy that the midnight carb has started to kick in the row a bit more frequently. If we go lower, we see that the 2 big cubes are done. Robin is still working on that 3rd cube. So on the next episode, it's gonna be basically done, but because it's gonna be an eventful day, only on the day after the Egg Hunt Festival, I'm gonna be able to purchase like ducks or chickens into the third coop. And because we need a big coop upgrade, I cannot go ahead and put in additional dinosaur egg. So we still are waiting for that one to be done. The fiber is still growing in the lower right corner. And if we go to the left from our coops, we see that our coffee is done. Cauliflower still has not turned into the large size, and if we go up from there, then we see that the fence created for our 3 barns is basically full of cheese, aged roe, and jelly. So we're gonna be picking that up and turning it into something useful. So let's go see what's in our mailbox. Dear Max, tomorrow we're holding the Egg Hunt Festival in the town square. You should arrive between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you'd like to tent. You wouldn't want to miss the annual Egg Hunt, Mayor Lewis. Okay, so I usually always build up my first 2 weeks for Stardew Valley around the Egg Hunt Festival, and I try to do the following. I start off by planting the initial parsnips, and I try to purchase either a whole lot more of them, so the initial 500 gold can be expanded into quite a large portion of parsnips. This is beneficial because at the start of the game you don't have access to fertilizer, you don't have access to scarecrow, so you can theoretically get your 5 gold star parsnips also for the community center. The rest unfortunately no longer can be given to Lewis as a birthday gift, but you can still give them to Pam. But you are able to then sell those, and with the money you earn, purchase kale or potatoes, and then you are able to reach the Egg Hunt Festival with a bunch of cash. Along the time you do some mining, you do a lot of fishing for more money. You try to at least upgrade your backpack to hold those 24 slots, and then you are able to purchase strawberry seeds from Pierre, because if you do so and if you plant them on the day of the Egg Hunt Festival, you have 2 harvests of strawberry guaranteed in your first year. And strawberries, when turned into jelly, are more valuable than blueberries or cranberries, which is why it's so important for you to try and get your hands on strawberries. Also, if you want to befriend Demetrius or Mary Maru, you should be giving them strawberries because they both love them. So there's that. Now, once again, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can around the farm. So enjoy the sped up footage, and I will talk to you in a couple of moments, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully I was able to get most of the stuff processed. I still need to load in the preserve jars with some stuff. I'm gonna have to take a look at the coops too. I'm gonna need to hold on to the diamonds now, because I have found out on the last episode that basically the Geode Crushers do require diamonds as an ingredient in order for you to be able to construct them. So we are gonna be selling a bunch of things here in order to earn some cash. Mussels are staying around. Honey is gonna be kept. We need to take the bombs again to the mines. Whatever we can use here in order to do whatever is gonna be like so. I don't know if I already dropped off the rare disc. It looks like yes, so we're gonna be selling that. Hold on to the bat wings because we need them for the lightning rods. Despite the fact that during the spring season there are no lightning storms, still it's better to have them than to not have them. We can theoretically make some additional worm bins, and we're gonna require a lot of gold bars in order to make ourselves that crystallarium. So we have 10 of them. This should allow me to smelt 10 gold bars, which should get me closer to having more crystallariums. Therefore, having more crystallariums is gonna give me access to more diamonds, and we are gonna use those diamonds in order to create those Geode Crushers so that we can get lots of geodes processed, because I'm not really sure what's gonna be the processing time or speed at which these are gonna be operating at. So it's gonna be beneficial for me to have more of them around just in case. And I have considered like trying to do more of the, what you call them? The small obelisks or the mini obelisk, which we got from Wizard's Quest. The thing is, however, I'm kind of terrified that it's gonna kind of play a random roulette as to where I get teleported. So keeping those, which I only have right now at the farm, should be much more beneficial for me, so it's less chaotic. And theoretically try to put those over here. Still have access to the fish pond. Okay, this can be processed. Let's take a look over here. We still need to put that piece of fence here. And our hoe has been done, so it's 1 p.m. We still have time to go see our local blacksmith. So I'm gonna have to take a look at which eggs are... Okay, so we are storing the white eggs, which means the duck eggs and the other quality eggs or brown eggs can be turned into mayonnaise, which is awesome. So I should have access to at least something. And after we have those 24 eggs, it should be not that much of an issue. Okay, so let's go use the mini obelisk to teleport ourselves back at the top. I really want to see my duckies go for a swim finally, and I'm really hoping eventually we're gonna see that, because they are tempted by all that water. I can see it in their eyes. They really want to go for a swim. They just don't want me to see them swim for some reason. Who knows? Okay, so we are going to see Clint. Makes me think, how about we get rid of this stuff? And how about I take those Omni Geodes along with me, so maybe we can come across some more useful stuff. It's, totally forgot. Traveling merchant. So let's do this. Let's go process Clint, pick up the hoe, and then we're gonna do the traveling merchant because she is available longer than our local blacksmith. So there's that. I should have actually brought additional 5 pieces of iridium in order to get my watering can upgraded, but okay. Let's start processing these puppies and see if we can get something useful out of them. Even clay is actually appreciated at this point. Thank you for the iridium. I think those are the last 2 pieces which I needed for smelting 1 bar. Because clay can now be used not only for silos but also for the fiber seeds. So we have multiple uses for clay, and that is really good for me. I really love it when Eric goes around, looks at some of these things which are needed, like more. Like, for example, fiber. At the start of the game, you have so much of it, you don't know what to do. But then suddenly, once some time passes, you just don't have it. And if you get things like the golden clock at your farm, then you just don't have access to fiber anymore. So the only place where you could have gotten it before was inside of the mines, where you would be chopping down the fiber itself, or you would be running around the rest of the valley trying to locate the bushes of fiber in order to try and gather some, but it was never just enough. Okay, so we were able to get a bunch of stuff here. I'm gonna see if we can drop off just about anything at the museum. Anything. Oh, that's unfortunate. But because our backpack is kind of a full thing right now, you know what? Let's, ooh, prehistoric rib. If I have not dropped off the rib yet at the museum, we can actually put it into our bone mill and get something decent out of it in return. Okay, so the rib is definitely gonna be turned into something else. Let's go give Pierre that fried calamari. Let's go see the traveling merchant. And after that, we are gonna go into the mines and try to slay the remaining crops which we need in order to fulfill the quest. And I can theoretically, hold on, if I would want to save up for Pierre. Pierre actually celebrates his birthday on the 26th of spring, so I don't have to give him the fried calamari now. I can hold on to this dish and give it to him on his birthday. So it's not the freshest of all the dishes, but I mean, let's face it, how many of you have gone to your grocery store and have seen frozen calamari in the freezer section? So maybe we can freeze up this stuff and give it to him later. Who knows? Maybe he will not notice. I don't know. I mean, after all, this is a game where you can put cauliflower at the start of your game into a chest and keep it there for the following XYZ years. Oh, lady, you are just driving me up the wall with not being, willing to give me the damn, rabbit's foot. Because, look, the 10x, that can be done, and that's no problem. So we are able to fulfill, actually, the Home Cooks bundle. But the rabbit's foot, that thing is really annoying in this kind of a way. Okay, so we have our gold here. I'm gonna have to drop off most of these minerals. So at least we're gonna get some cash out of mining activity. Okay. I can theoretically put in additional 50... No, 45 only, because we're gonna go with one iridium bar. And let's go with 10. This goes here. So you go like this. You go into the bone mill like so. And... Wonderful. This goes here. Rare seed goes where we keep all of our seeds. Which is obviously somewhere else. And let's go try to slay those grubs. Hopefully they're gonna be at like the level 17. We had plenty of luck there last time. So wish me luck. Ooh, there are two right away. Nice. I do see two additional ones in the lower right corner. Okay, yam! Awesome! We just got yam from this weird worm. So I'll be able to make a portion of glazed yams. Nice. And at least I'm gathering that stone. There's a Jade Node here. Unfortunately, no grub. We're gonna pick up that fiber. We can put down like 2 bombs in order to clear this out. And try to descend into that 17th level. You know what? Since we are here, let's crack you open. And I do see this single stone here. Ah, darn it. Okay, so this time we actually got these skulls. This is gonna be a bit trickier because they can actually dish out some damage. But I do have the galaxy sword, so I should be able to somewhat be able to deal with them. I was kind of hoping I would get some bone fragments out of them. That way we can actually put something into the bone meal and just see what will happen. Looking for those grubs, but because our level where they tend to be most frequently populating was occupied with these skeletons, it looks like now it has descended 1 level lower. Okay. I don't need to deal with the bug, so level 18 this time, huh? I do see those 3 over there. We need 8 more. I really don't want to be running around this level because it's just a nightmare to get to that place. Okay. Ooh. Okay, nice. I need to break this. I was really making sure that they will not like coon, because I still don't know if that would still count as me slaying the grubs. Looks like the triple shot espresso has worn off. We need to slay 3 additional ones. And I'm assuming because it's less of a lucky day, we are coming across these skeleton levels more frequently than we should. Or the skull level. And we are coming across this level because I have already picked up the golden sight. So you know what, let's just leave this level. I'm not that forced to try and stay there. I'm gonna try to again descend into the lower levels using explosives or the iridium pickaxe. And I'm doing this specifically in order to grab that blueprint, which even if we succeed right now, which would be awesome, because like I said, we're gonna get the Egg Hunt Festival. Are we there? No, I need that one last one, and there are 4 of them located over there, so let's go get ourselves those last grubs. There we go, awesome sauce. So this is a special quest fulfilled for our friend Clint. We're able to clear out a large portion of this place. Just get kind of decent chunk of bugs, but I don't think I will be able to do that easily. The quest for Willy, where he wants like 100 pieces of this stuff, it's just... Without having access to that special section of the sewers where there are so many of those flies and those worms, it's just gonna be a nightmare. And that place is only accessible once you finish off the community center. So since it's getting so late, I'm gonna probably cut off the episode somewhere around here. So I do hope you did enjoy it. For more Stardew Valley content, check out the playthrough or the playlist at the end of the video. If you want to know what the channel is currently up to, the best way to find out is to subscribe, as I publish fun content like this on a weekly basis. I do playthroughs, comparisons, discussions, tips and tricks, guides, all sorts of cool stuff, so check it out. Link is in the description. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there, and bye-bye for now.